Hello sports fans, Clump here with TTM video number 106. Got 10 returns to go through, all successes. And I've also got my cards from Brandon Stebbins' Beckett Authentication Group Submission. I sent in 5 cards with 6 autographs to be authenticated, and they all passed. And when I found out all 6 passed, I spent the rest of that night dancing like Cash and Dad. Got the 83 tops with Joe Theismann and Ken Anderson on it. And if anyone's wondering, yes, you have to pay for both signatures, just like you're doing 2 cards. Next, got this 85, and it's funny because when I bought this, it had some strange name they called it. Seemed to me it started with a G. I can't remember. It was weird. But Beckett says it's an 85 tops rose of some sort. The back tells you nothing. Does show tops cards though, so. Yep, they say they did say it was from 85, but it was some weird thing the seller called it. And I found it under that name looking it up too. Because I studied this before I sent it. And I was still nervous. But it passed. That's the Theismann Anderson is a TTM. The Pete Rose, I paid like $13 for that card. Next, the 2004 Diamond King Hall of Fame Heroes Alk line. I bought this card slightly smudged, probably why I got it at a decent price. I think I paid a little over $20, but Beckett authenticated now. Next, the 2005 Upper Deck Pastime Pennants, George Kell, with the Hall of Fame 83 inscription. Tigers legend. I got to see his name and number up on the wall at Tiger Stadium, and I've seen it up on the wall at Comerica Park. And I remember Ernie Harwell telling stories about him when I'd be listening to the games in my early days as a fan. Very happy to have a George Kell. My grandma would be stoked if she was around to see it. And last, the 1990 score, Frank Thomas, first round pick, authenticated. I paid under $35. I think I paid around $33 for this card. Authentic. So stoked to go 6 for 6 on that one. I was nervous about a lot of them. Once again, I'd like to thank Brandon Stebbins for doing the group submissions. I'm going to try my best to get a couple out to you for this month too. Now on to the TTMs. First is a 2 of 2 in 18 days from former Major League infielder Tom Reddington. Mr. Reddington signed the 1991, what are these? I always forget the name, Impel. 91 Impel minor league card when he was playing for the Wichita Wranglers. Signed it in black Sharpie, which is interesting because I also sent the 92 Topps prospects, and he signed this one in blue Sharpie. So, pretty cool to match the other 3 blue, or 2 blue at the time. And yes, Phil Russo is a very good signer, so it is headed out, and I'm sure it'll be back soon with the 4th signature. That'll be awesome. Next, the 2 of 2 in 53 days, former NBA guard and basketball TTM legend, one of the best basketball TTM signers there is, B.J. Armstrong. Got him on the 91-92 Upper Deck. Very sweet. There's the back of the card. See the picture they got. It's nice front and back pictures on the Upper Decks back in those days. Another Upper Deck. This is, I believe, 93-94. It says 93 on the back. Special Chicago Bulls card. Very nice signature. That looks cool. My second time sending the Mr. Armstrong. Next, so 2 of 2 in 10 lightning fast days from former Major League outfielder Danny Tartable. Mr. Tartable is a $2 per card fee, but he does them up nicely. 10 days he got them back to me. Signed it very nicely with his number. This is like the third or fourth time I've sent to Mr. Tartable, but he doesn't seem to mind. And the other 97, these are 97 scores. One playing for the White Sox and one with the Phillies. The set was confusing that way. They'd have, it looks like he was playing for the White Sox. And for some reason they have a card with it when he was with the Phillies. It was a wild set that way. A lot of players had 2 cards for 2 different teams. Sometimes it was the team they were best known for playing with, and sometimes it was just another team they played for. Like, that is weird. But so happy to get the 2 of them signed. Next, it's a 4 of 3 in 10 days. This was sent out the very same day, and I got it back the same day. Very fast return from former Major League pitcher Charles Nagy. Mr. Nagy also signed the 97 score there very nicely. Signed the 92 tops. Awesome spot on that one. And the 97 score Rocket and Fire card. Very cool. And Mr. Nagy also wrote me a little thank you note. Kurt, thank you for your letter. Hope all is well in Flint. All the best, Charles. So, very cool. Always love getting little interactions back from the athletes like that. Next, it's a 1 of 1 in 19 days from former NFL linebacker Jim Schwantz. Mr. Schwantz signed the 97 playoff for me. Signed it, inscribed his number, and inscribed Super Bowl 30. Very cool. Very happy to get another one of the 97 playoffs back. Turned out pretty good on that purple card. Next, it's a 1 of 1 in 105 days from former NFL quarterback Matt Robinson. Got him on the 79 tops. Very nice with his number. This is his 3rd year card or 2nd year card, depending on how you look at it. Very happy to get that one back. Another 79. Next is a 2 of 2 in 48 days from one of the most recognizable names in all of baseball. I'm so happy to get this guy back. 2 of 2 from Mario Mendoza. Mr. Mendoza signed the 81 Fleer for the set. Very nicely. Is he playing for the Mariners at the time? And he signed the 79 tops. He was playing with the Pirates during that time. And of course, Mr. Mendoza is famous for the term the Mendoza line. 200 average. Mr. Mendoza averaged his entire career about a 200 average. We'll go with the 81 since it's got more statistics, but you can see 185, 198, 218, 198, and then in 80 he had a career year for him. 245 with 2 home runs. Well, very well possible his best year hitting there in 1980. But I'm so stoked to get back Mr. Mendoza One of the most recognizable names in baseball. Right. Next is a 1 of 1 in 11 days. Got it back to me lightning fast as well. From former Major League catcher Tim McCarver. Got Mr. McCarver on this 1970 Topps big card. Very cool. Very happy to get one of these signed. I've had this card for a long time. It was put up. I had no idea I didn't even remember who it was until I pulled it out. And when I seen it was Tim McCarver, I just told Tony Black when he got him back not long ago that I needed to get a card to send, and I found it. Sent it out. Mr. McCarver's, of course, a $10 fee. But send him a card and $10 and he'll get it back to you quick, signed up beautifully. Tim McCarver was a great catcher and one of the greatest baseball announcers ever. Announced 13 consecutive World Series and so many hundreds other games. A legend in baseball. Very cool. Next is a 2 of 2 in 16 days. Another fast one. These were also $10 a piece from the Chicken Man, Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. I got Mr. Boggs on the 87 Fleer there. Very nicely. And I suppose this is an 89 KB Toy Store Topps card. I love getting the oddball cards, so when I was looking for what card to send Mr. Boggs, I didn't have any old ones, so I went with one that I've got a few of. I got quite a bit of the 87 Fleers signed and one oddball. Very happy about it. And the last one was a 1 of 1 in 18 days. Another quick one. So it's a $20 fee for Mr. Rafael Palmeiro. Set the 87 Topps Future Star. He signed it. A little hard to see, but the signature is really nice when you do see it. And Mr. Palmeiro also put the card back in the card saver for me. So if you're sending the Mr. Palmeiro, go ahead and put it in a card saver. He's smart enough to pull them out and sign the card and put it back. I love the guys who put them back in the card savers. And it took me a while to send to Rafi because when I first started TTMing 2 years ago or whatever, he just started charging. And same with Harold Baines. Prices were varying, returns were everything was kind of weird for a while, but he finally seemed to calm down in 18 days, no problem. So maybe I'll build up my courage and send to Harold Baines here soon. It's just also nerve-wracking because in Harold Baines rookie is a little harder to get a hold of than a Rafael Palmeiro rookie, and that's what I'd be sending. But I'd like to thank all these amazing athletes for signing. Thank Brandon Stebbins for all he does in the Beckett group submissions. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck on your return. See you again soon.